in Lady Bird.
That was perfectly pronounced on both ends, right?
Perfect.
Saoirse, people don't always get the name right, do they?
They never get the name right now, but I feel like the word has been spread enough this season.
There we go.
And Timmy knows how to pronounce it, so he's
That's what
going to
matters.
teach them.
But I can go first if you want.
I mean, yeah, okay.
My favorite scene of Saoirse's in Little Women is with Laura Dern, who we were just talking about. And it's when Saoirse's in the attic that used to be sort of a playpen for her sisters and for Laurie growing up. And, you know, Saoirse's in this scene she plays beautifully where she has all the backbone of Jo March and Louisa May Alcott and of someone who wants their own life and own, you know, agency and own professionalism or professional career. And at the same time, it has the very basic human, you know, pain or insecurity that she's lonely. And I just love this scene because it ostensibly is about the gender limitations on women at the time, and at the same time, it's so universal and also timeless in some way.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Thanks.
eat that. No.
Well, the scene that I've picked for you is the scene that I'm in.
Okay.
But it's not because I'm in it. But I think Timothy is extraordinary in the whole film, but I do think, especially in the proposal scene, I think you're just completely heartbreaking and lovely, and it's weird that he's right there while I'm saying this.
And now it's time to introduce Timothée Chalamet.
Cool. My name is Timothée Chalamet, and I have the great privilege of getting to present the incredibly talented Saoirse Ronan with this award tonight. Saoirse is no stranger to Santa Barbara, having won the Virtuoso Award for her performance in Brooklyn. And as some of you know, Saoirse is friends with U2 and Ed Sheeran, so I am sorry that they could only wrangle me for this intro. And she said, you know, I think some of the cast and crew are going to get drinks after work. Do you want to come? I replied that, you know, I was only 20 years old and thus could not legally consume alcohol. She said, what about a fake ID?
I never said that.
And so I said to that, you know, I said, what's the rush, right? And she replied incredulously, what's the rush? And then she walked away. And I thought to myself, I want you to think I'm cool. And Saoirse, listen, I wanted you to think I was cool because you are so fucking cool. And that goes beyond the three Oscar nominations you have now under your belt at 23. It goes beyond the fact that almost every critic has praised your sense of rhythm and the honesty in your performance about the confusion of our teenage years. But what what makes Saoirse so true to real life on screen is that she makes it look so natural and so effortless. Effortlessly. Didn't fact check that one. We did an interview together recently, and the journalist said to Saoirse that her eyes express so much, and he asked her, how does she do it? And I don't think there's really an answer. Naturalism is difficult, counterintuitive to the performative instinct, but the pointed naturalism you're able to achieve in this performance, the strong direction you take in each scene, even when Lady Bird is truly clueless, is beyond me. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to get to act with you. So to my coworker, to my friend, Lady Bird, to someone I can say is hella tight, Saoirse, I present to you this Santa Barbara Award.
I'm just going to take him with me. Timmy is my prize.
Saoirse,
Saoirse and I can have this relationship in real life. I haven't like professed my love for her yet, but that didn't feel like too much of a stretch. Also, we had gotten to know each other for about 2 years before it.
So let's put up, let's first two, and you're gonna honestly say Timothy or Colin.
I know both of those people.
It doesn't
They're
matter
both
if you know them.
friends.
Play the game.
Colin's way older than Timmy.
Yes, he is.
Colin's way older, so Timmy.
So Timmy.
Yeah.
All right. Timmy or Harry?
Oh, that's tough.
I know.
That is tough.
It's a fun game.
Harry's very good in Dunkirk, I have to say.
Yeah, he's very
See,
talented.
I don't know Harry Styles. I don't know what he's like.
Well, let me tell you.
You like him, don't you?
I like him, and I know him, and he's very funny and very smart as well. So.
Let me stick with Timmy because, you know, even if it's just a platonic relationship, I think we can have a nice companionship together. You know what I mean? Like, we're very compatible as companions. And I don't know, and Harry's on the road a lot, and, you know, it's very stressful being with someone on
You're
tour.
so bad at this.
So, I mentioned Timothée Chalamet because he was here last night. Are you friendly with him? Because you guys were also...
Yeah.
I mean, he was in Lady Bird as well. It's Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah, we smooched a lot.
Right.
Lady
Is it
Bird,
true
so
that
we know each other quite
you
well.
encouraged him to get a fake ID during the shooting of that film?
No, I would never. I would never do that. I would never.
It must have been odd for you to come to this country when back home you're legally allowed to drink, and then all
At
of a
like
sudden...
12, yeah. Well, no, you get your, you know, you're legally able to drink at 18 at home, and so he was about 19 at the time, and I just know the pain of, you know, going out with a crew that you're working with on a Saturday, and, you know, you've been drinking for a few years at home, and you know what you're doing, and you go out with everyone, and you're the only one that's turned away. And so I mentioned to him that people had mentioned to me in the past that you could get an ID that isn't necessarily legit,
Right,
and it may get you.
As soon as I knew Joe, who was Saoirse, who told me she wanted to be Joe, and she also told me she was just going to play Joe, then I knew it was Timothy because I loved them on screen together, and I knew that there was honestly no other. It was Timothy. I knew he was exactly the thing, and he was. I was right, and I loved the two of them together. I love watching them act.